Okay, everyone, the holidays are coming, and with them are the holiday parties, the holiday treats, neighbor gifts. So Allie Spencer's here from LDS Hospital, teaching us kind of how to enjoy a healthier holiday by cutting back on the fat. Thanks for being here, Allie.
Thanks for having me, definitely. While fat can be really great for you in small amounts, the type of fat we tend to increase in the holidays is saturated fat, which is not good for our heart. So being cognizant and aware of how much fat we're taking in and trimming it back just a little bit can help
Allie,
out a lot.
I needed you here today because this is my time of year. I go a little bit bananas. Everything is out and like it's just in front of you, right? So you have a little taste. You have 6 ways we can cut back. What's the first one?
The first one is to cut back on the amount of cheese, right?
Yep.
Cheese is delicious, but is very high in saturated fat and really high in sodium. And so a lot of times when you're cooking, when you're doing recipes, you can cut the cheese back by 1/4 to 1/2.
Really?
Which doesn't sound, it can be really significant amount of fat and calories to do that.
I'm thinking of my chicken enchiladas that are my favorite that I just like throw caution to the wind and put the whole bag in.
Well, mine has cheese, cream cheese,
And
every
more,
cheese.
and then it's...
Well, so would it help? Do you have to just cut the amount of the measurement, or could you use something that's more of a low-fat cheese?
Definitely. So choosing a Swiss cheese or a part skim mozzarella is going to be lower in fat, would be a better choice.
Oh, good tip. Okay, what about eggs?
Eggs are great, but you can cut back on the number of yolks. That's where majority of the fat is, and so even by just trimming the number of yolks, you can significantly save on the fat and the calories. Like if you're making deviled eggs or you're doing an omelet or something like that, keeping the egg whites but taking out a few yolks, maybe by, again, 1/4.
It's that little difference.
That little difference.
Yeah.
Everything adds up.
And I don't know if you guys are like me, but when it gets cold outside, I start having soups, and I love
Comfort
creamy
food.
soups. Every soup I make actually has the heavy whipping cream. But here you say lay off the heavy whipping cream.
Yes. Use evaporated milk, not sweetened condensed milk, but do use the evaporated milk because it can, a cup of cream, if you switch from heavy whipping cream to evaporated milk, you'll save yourself over 600 calories and 80 grams of fat.
So you still get a cream when you use that?
You still get the creamy texture.
Okay.
You couldn't swap it out if you're gonna make whipping cream, right? That won't work out, but when you're doing soups and stews, that is definitely a great tip and thing to try.
You mentioned substitutes, and I see you brought Greek yogurt. You can use that in place of sour cream?
Yes, 100%. That's my favorite thing to do, and you won't even notice. I make my enchiladas with Greek yogurt, and
oh, you do?
Nobody has any idea. And you can use it for mayonnaise. 50% use the Greek yogurt, and same thing with cream cheese.
Could you put Greek yogurt on a sandwich though, like as mayonnaise?
No,
okay.
No, don't do that. I've never tried that. But
Maybe
a lot of people will use that in their dips, right?
Okay.
Mixing it with salsa or beans and things like that.
I like that Jessie's taking it to a new level. She's like, we're actually using that instead of peanut butter now.
Yeah,
that's what we're doing.
We're having Greek yogurt. Actually, my kids might like that. Okay, let's talk my favorite thing on this table, chocolate chips. What's the way you can reduce fat with chocolate chips?
Well, number one, reduce the number of chocolate chips you're using, but focusing more on using cocoa powder. Because what it is it's cutting out the cocoa butter that's in chocolate chips. And so when you use more cocoa powder, you will have to add some oil, but you can choose a healthier oil, something like canola oil, and reduce that amount as well.
Is it okay that these are my treat in my cupboard? Like when we need a treat, we like put the little chocolate chips on the counter and
Well,
we
I
eat
would
chocolate.
think that was better than things.
Couple?
It's a pure. It's just the chocolate chip, right? Instead of
if you're doing just a couple. Yes, okay. We can spin this whatever way. Yeah. Portion control,
also,
right?
don't limit your exercise. Keep that up. You especially need it this time of year.
Right. People that exercise gain, independent of how much they eat, they gain less weight than people that do not.
Well, I think I actually gain more when I exercise because I can validate
You're starving.
it.
Then you want more chocolate
And
chips.
then I feel like I can do that. Well, and people say it's almost January 1st, almost the new year. I'm going to start going New Year's resolutions, but you can start now.
All right,
So,
LDS Hospital can answer all of your questions. If you have any, go to ldshospital.org, and that's the phone number right there on your screen. Easy to contact, and their website. We will link you from ours. Allie, thank you so much.
Thank you
for coming by. Okay, so I'm headed to the kitchen. Harmon's is here.